Hi, this is Rahim Zulfikar Ali. In this video tutorial, I will be discussing with one of the example regarding how we can transform the traditional reports into some modern reports based on data storytelling and visualizations. So I have taken an example of 𝐴𝑟𝑖𝑓 Limited, and on their Facebook page they used to post different economic indicators and the insights about the economic of Pakistan. And one of the post was going through, so I observed that post, and then I have an advantage that how I can transform this traditional methods of seeing the numbers from the naked eyes into some storytelling visual. So I take an example of this total deposits, advances and investments of for the month of April 2025, and then comparing it with the same period last year, and then a calculation of year on year YOY as a percentage. And then we have another column of March 2025, which will help to calculate the differentiate of the month on month percentage. Okay, so you can see advances, deposits and investment, and then we have the ADR and IDR based on the percentage. Okay, now definitely when we make this kind of report, when we have the actual numbers of different time periods, we have to also insert a separate column for percentages. And remember that the rule of visualization with respect to the just a text is that our mind is focused on reading those numbers rather than visualizing. I mean, it takes time. So what I did is I thought of a new method to show this numbers like this. I have used the Zebra BI platform and their tables and charts visual from the add-ins. So I'm basically using Microsoft Excel 365 latest version, and this is the paid version. So when I go to the add-ins and when I search for Zebra BI, so you will find two options available: Zebra BI charts and Zebra BI tables. So this is technically Zebra BI tables, and what I just need to drag and drop the relevant time periods like April 25 and 24 and then March 25, and I don't need to calculate separately, as you can see here, year on year as a visualization, that how much with respect to advances, deposits and investment has been increased with respect to April 2025 to April 2024. Moreover, we have a lot of built-in options available here that you can change the chart type as well, and you can do some format columns. Eventually I don't need to calculate YOY. It has been done by the Zebra BI visual as well as MOM as well. Now this makes me more intuitive. I mean, as a finance professional or as a banker, I would be rather looking at these traditional way of telling the numbers rather than the story that what is happening. And this is just a one simple example. I mean, you can imagine if you are creating a dashboard report in Excel or Power BI and going through the traditional reports or MIS of a bank or any other sector. Now the paradigm has been entirely shifted into how we can see the data story out of those visuals, and how we can align and make some quick decisions, right? So further you can click and go to the settings, and you can have the all default available settings, like you want to change the unit in different unit like thousands, millions, billions, or as in percentage. Okay, then as a data labels, decimal places, you can increase or decrease percentage, decimal places, you can increase the size of the text. So all the basic and necessary formatting is being there. You have different styles available as well. So this is a very good option available inside Excel 365 with the add-ins, that you can explore a very big library and you can have an advantage of using Zebra BI visual. But remember that their pro visual will be based on a certain price. You have to pay a license fees based on monthly depending on the number of users. Okay, so up to some extent you can use their free visual, but with the limited extent of features. But as a longer period of time, if you want to try to create this kind of storytelling visuals and a different way of telling the numbers into stories, that you have to use the license versions of Zebra BI visuals. Okay, another very good case study which I was going through recently is that one of the bank is being used has used the Zebra BI So I mean, these are based on International Business Communication Standards, IBCS, and that team has a lot of challenges in data. So this company is being so it says that nearly 45,000 RBI employees provide services to around 17.8 million clients in approximately 1,550 branches. Okay, so I mean, you can imagine that this is a big client, is a big company, and the challenge for Power BI was not enough. So they started with a problem statement, and then they have described all the points, relevant points regarding data strategy, transformation, and the visualizations, and they came up with some certain rules like financial storytelling in 330 and 300 seconds. That's a very important principle. And see how they have transformed their traditional reports into a data storytelling reports, from descriptive statistics to diagnostic analytics, and then prescriptive as well. These are some of the use cases, and I can see the future is very bright in order to learn data storytelling and make these kind of reports where you can look at the business numbers that tell you certain things, that tells you the deep insights about that business, and also some key points as a narrations on this particular dashboard. So I hope you will read this use case as well. If you want to download some templates with respect to Power BI or Excel or PowerPoint, you can go to 𝑧_BI/templates, and there are a lot of topics there. The templates are available free of cost. You can click there and sign up with a form, a mandatory form, and then download and go through that, how you can transform your traditional reports into a modern day analytical reports. Another thing which I want to show is that sometimes what we do is we bring the data from a PDF file. So a lot of people ask me that I have a PDF file and that could be converted into a text-based format in Excel. Yes, it can be done through easily with Power Query, but remember that your PDF file should be OCR based. It could be readable, it could be searchable. For example, if I press Ctrl F and if I type 2010, so you can see 2010 is highlighted. This means that it's readable. This is OCR based, and it could be easily and have more accuracy in once we transform this through Power Query. Okay, now I have opened this particular PDF file directly from the State Bank of Pakistan website, where I can see the deposits month-wise and year-wise, and these are rupees and millions, remember that. And I need to fetch this data into Excel and also make it into a tabular format and normalize it. Okay, now see this. So there are two options available. Either I can right click and I can click on Save As and save this PDF file into my local hard drive, and then I can do the navigation inside Excel that my file is available in that particular folder. But I know that currently I'm recording this video in the month of May 2025, and you can see once this month will be closed, this file path will remain the same, this file name will remain the same, and what State Bank will do, it will replace the same file, but it will give me the number, next month number. Okay, and similarly the same file path and the same file name will be continued throughout next many years. So it's being since 2002 and today is 2025, so the file path or link remain the same. If I manually do it, save as, and if I save it on my local hard drive, so the next month I need to go again to this particular URL and need to download that. So what I can do is I can save my time and make it automate that. I can copy this URL and I will bring the data from the URL based on a PDF file into the Excel with the help of Power Query. So I hope you understand the difference. Okay, I don't need to keep it manually PDF files in my local hard drive. So bringing the PDF file directly from the URL. Okay, so what I will do, I will go to the Excel and let's open a new sheet. Let's go to the data and we'll click on get data from web. Okay, because we have copied the URL of the web. It is still the PDF file, but if you have a PDF file in your local hard drive, so you can go to from file from PDF. Okay, but because we are going for the other sources as a web, so we'll click on from web and we'll paste that URL and click OK. So it will take few seconds. Now if this kind of window prompt us, so we'll go with the anonymous and click connect. So it will connect with that URL and it will take few seconds to read the PDF file, and it will show as a prompt window if it's read it successfully. So it's showing us a navigator window here, and it recognizes a table inside that PDF file, and that's what we are required, right? So we'll click on this table and we'll click on transform data at the bottom. That will open a Power Query editor where we will be doing all the transformation steps necessary before we make their pivot tables and visualizations. So after observing the data, what I concluded is that I don't need the trend column because it was showing the spark line there. So I will right click and remove that column. I don't need that. Next thing is that I need to delete the first row because it's not of use. So I will click on remove rows, and I will click on remove top row, and I will select right and 1 here. Number of rows I want to delete from the top, so only 1. Then I want to make this first row as a column header, so we have option used first row as header, so we'll click on that. Alright, so far so good. We have January to December and years. Okay, so let's rename this as years. Alright, now if you see that in the 2020 we have 2 statics, so we don't need to have these 2 statics. So we'll select this column, go to transform, replace values, and will value to find will be 2 statics. Replace with will remain empty, and click OK. Now we'll transform this as a whole number. Now we'll select the January column from January to December. Let's select this and we'll unpivot column. So now our data has been normalized as a tabular format. Let's rename this as months and these as deposits in millions. Okay, and once we click on home, let's click and close and load. So what happens, it will open a new sheet, and we got the transform data directly from the State Bank of Pakistan deposits PDF file. So we have not used any third-party software to convert PDF into Excel. And what happens if I go at the very bottom, so see I have the latest number for the month of April 2025. Now what happens, next month when I will move to the June, the May number will be uploaded on the State Bank of website in this particular PDF file. So I don't need to go again, copy the URL or save the manual file. What I will do here is just right click and refresh. So if the file is being uploaded there by the State Bank, I will get the updated number for the next month very easily. So it's kind of an automated step which we have done, so bringing the data from the URL, not from the offline file. Okay, so and it will run a longer run. Okay, and now what you can do is from this particular data you can create pivot tables, slicers, or eventually you can use add-ins to use the Zebra BI visuals, and everything will be connected. So what happens next month when you right click and refresh, so all the things will be reflect whatever the objects you have made from this data will be updated automatically. So I hope this concept is clear. So I hope you like this video, in order that I have given you a practical example that how 𝐼RF is basically showing us the numbers in a traditional way, and how we can use the modern methods in order to understand the patterns very quickly. Another example which I usually give, that the human mind, brain and eyes work like your senses basically read the numbers from the data and then take the decision. So it takes time. But when you create a visualization, that your brain is basically scanning that particular visual in order to have a quickly understanding what's happening inside the business. So when I give the examples of information design with respect to the dashboard reporting course in Excel and Power BI, I usually tell my audience that the numbers are entirely same in both the scenarios, but one is the visual and one is just a data. So looking at the data, you would not find something very quickly or try to find the exact thing which you want to extract from the business unless you convert that into certain objects and certain storytelling visualizations to have a quick decision making and to see the insights from the business. Let's conclude the video, and I hope you will do the practice as well. If you want some help, you are welcome to contact me. Thank you.